Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And so in today's video, we're going to be talking about, it's kind of like a story time. Yeah, it's a story time. We are going to be talking about why I quit my first hospital job. Like the truth, like what exactly went down, why it went down, how it went down, and all that juicy good stuff. So if you're interested, then stay tuned.
F savage bitch, in your trap and take over. Name another bitch that's colder. I just bought a brand new Rover. I don't even drive no more, I got a chauffeur. Took off, man, they asking me to slow up. Getting wiser and my money getting older. I'm that bitch, I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm that bitch, and I thought that it told you.
Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm gonna be talking to you guys telling you guys why I quit my first hospital job. If you don't know, if you're not original, then hi, my name is Anaya, and I used to work at this certain hospital. I don't know if I should say the name. I used to work at this certain hospital as a patient care tech. So let me inform y'all about that. Some hospitals, patient care techs either right under the nurses, which is you're wiping the patients, you're bathing the patients, you're taking the patient's blood pressure, stuff like that. And in some hospitals, patient care techs is just moving the patients from room to room, from ER to room, from ER to CAT scan, from ER to MRI, or from room to MRI, from room to CAT scan, x-ray, whatever. Okay? So I was hired for this job, and this is my old badge. Okay, I think it has the company. No, it don't have the company up there. So they gave me this badge. They give the new workers red. So you can tell somebody was new if they had a red badge. But of course, people can easily change it out. So it says I got the flu vaccine. So that was that. And then it said the hospital's name, my picture, my name, and what department I was working in. I was working in the radiology department, but I was a patient care technician. And it tells you what to do like during certain during certain times, like be fast, balance, eye, face, arm, speech, and time, like if you feel like somebody's having a heart attack. It also tells you what is a stroke preventions, learn how to detect a stroke, emergency and safety information, raise or pass handoff communication. And it tells you what to dial, like code blue, code black, things like that. And then it just gives you the different floors. So that's what this badge is. And this badge gets you everywhere in the hospital. It gets you in the door. It gets you from hallway to hallway. They probably cut my badge off, so it's fine that I have it. It is what it is, because I wasn't going to go back and give them a badge that they can cut off. Like, I'm not that type of person be like, oh, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna do all that. So just cut the badge off and then we leave it at that. I'm never gonna go back there unless I'm sick or whatever. And yeah, that's that. So I used to be a patient care technician. So when I first got the job, I was so happy. I was like, this is a foot in the hospital. I'm gonna be here for a long time. I love this. I'm gonna love this job. So first we had 2 days of orientation. I should have known there was a sign when I woke up. I'm never late for work. I woke up late. I'm talking about an hour late. And I'm just like, what in the world? I had my alarm set and everything. So I had to call them and told them, should I still come? Da, da, da. They was like, yeah, come in. It was like, you can't be late. Da, da, da. I was like, I'm sorry, I've never been late before. You know, stuff like that. So that was that. That was like the first time. Then I got in, everybody was being nice to me. Da, da, da. They were showing me like the routes of the hospital. They gave me directions. And after the 2 days of orientation, I started. First of all, my interviews was cool. I think I got in because my friend Cole worked there and they really needed somebody. Mind you, most of the transporters were black, if not all of them, except for my friend Cole. I'm gonna get back to that in a minute. So they told me what I had to do. They told me my jobs, stuff like that, how to maneuver the stretcher and things like that. And as you guys know, I have done videos on what stretcher is, MRI stretcher, and come with me to work, da 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 da. I did that for you guys. So I was a transporter and I hated it. I love the night shift, but there was one thing that they did not tell me in interview or in orientation, which was I was going to be the only transporter at night. Little old 5-foot me, the only one at night. So with that being said, I have to take patients all over the hospital back and forth if they put it in the queue for me. And the nurses weren't used to having somebody at night. But once they seen me walk around and transporting patients, they're like, oh, we got a transporter. Oh, we got a transporter. Once they seen me, they was like, they put them in. So I go from ER to CAT scan, then I have to go to CAT scan, back to ER, take the patient back, then another ER to CAT scan, and back to CAT scan, which was cool because it was on the same floor. But my thing was, I have to do ER to CAT scan, ER to ultrasound, ER to the floor to CAT scan, or the floor to ultrasound, the floor to whatever, like, x-ray was closed at night. MRI was closed at night. It closed at a certain time, but it was just a whole bunch of stuff with that. A lot of rude nurses, because they feel like they get paid more than you and they're above you, that they can talk to you a certain way, which is any hospital. At my new hospital, nobody has talked down to me. I mean, shit, I'm just taking blood. But the nurses really, like, had an attitude with the transporters, or they didn't want to help the transporters. Now, transporters do a lot for like $12, $13, $14. We have to get the stretchers, take the stretchers upstairs, put the stretchers, like fit the stretcher in those small rooms, and we have to move the patient from their bed to the stretcher. Half of the times the nurses are nowhere to be found. The care partners are nowhere to be found, or they just don't feel like moving the patient. They don't want to help you. They're like, oh, he can scoot. Whole time they can't scoot. They need to be slid across. Or they be like, oh, he can walk. And he can't, like, he's not stable by himself. You have to hold him and walk him to the bed. And I feel like that was too much for me. Like, that was to being the only one in the hospital, the nurses talking shit to you. And I understand you're going to come with problems with every job, but it's just like, they were out of pocket. Like, the nurses were really out of pocket, and my management was also out of pocket. So I didn't really work days, so I was only on days for like training, and I seen the energy and how they talk about one another and things like that. And so one girl was like trying to like connect with me on another type of level, and she was like, oh, we should do this, we should do that, go out to eat with the managers and stuff like that. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that, because I see how, you know, they talk about other workers. And then once I said that, she went and ran with it and told the management. And then I'm just like, I don't want to, I'm night shift. I don't want to hang around with y'all. I don't want to go get my nails done with y'all. I don't want to, because I see how y'all are. Y'all talk shit about each other. Y'all don't want to go get the patients for real. Y'all sit there when something's in the queue. Y'all not really, like, it's just like, that's not for me. And most of them been there for years. And transporting patients, I'm not going to stop nobody's hustle. You do what you want to do. You work where you want to work. I don't want to do that for years. Like, I can't. The patient's talking shit to you the whole time. You're pushing them down, asking you questions that you really can't answer because you're not a nurse, you're not this, you're not that, you're just pushing them to a destination. It's just so much, like, throwing up and shitting and pissing in the bed. It's just a whole bunch of stuff I felt like I was not getting paid enough for, especially being the only one at night. And I was just like, I can't do this, I can't. So what happened? They told me I had to take out my nose ring, but my thing was, I'm not taking out a nose ring and I gotta wear a mask. So I told them that was dead. They didn't say nothing about my eyelashes. They said something about my hair color one time, but my thing was, I had got an interview with the same hair color, 2 interviews with the same hair color, and orientation with the same hair color, and nobody said anything to me. And then there's nurses and registration, walking around with pink hair and blue hair and purple hair. But here's the thing. It was the skin color, honey. That was the problem. And it was just, that aggravated me a lot. And I felt like they kept nicking and nagging, pulling me to the side of, oh, you need to do this, and oh, you need to do that, or the nurse complained that you did this. And I was like, how can the nurse complain when I told them I need help with this patient, I need help moving the patient to the bed, and they don't want to help me move the patient to the bed? How is that my fault that I did not move that patient because I didn't feel comfortable moving that patient? Because if I were to move a patient and I know I need help and the patient falls, who is that on? The nurse or me? It's on me, because I'm supposed to ask the nurse. The nurses act like they too busy. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. I understand nurses do have a lot on their plate to do, but if you're sitting down at a computer on your phone watching Netflix, you can most definitely get up and help me move a patient like 5 minutes. So that really got really aggravating. Or like I will go up to the ICU. They'd be like, they need a transporter. But my thing is, why do y'all need a transporter if y'all have to come down with like 3 nurses? That's a waste of a transporter. The ICU beds are huge. So the ICU beds are like, they're ridiculously big. So they need another person. But the people in the ICU be hooked up to so many things that they need more than one nurse anyway. So it's like, why you have all these nurses walking down with you and you need me? You need me for what when you have nurses? So it'd be like 3 nurses and me pushing the bed. When it makes no sense, because 3 people can push a bed. Shit, 2 people can push a bed, because I've done it before. So why do you need me just to say, oh, just to have me there? Like, just for me to like run behind on my patients that I really have to get, that nobody's gonna get, when y'all as nurses together already deal with the ICU patients and y'all have to already bring them. That stuff like that frustrated me, because it's just like, why? So then I tried to move to phlebotomy. I felt like they was holding me from going to phlebotomy. They didn't want me to go to phlebotomy. They said I had to be in my position for around 6 months, but it's like, the closer I got to 6 months, because they knew I was trying to leave, the more hell they gave me. So it was just like, I can't do this. So I started to just take my time. I stopped rushing to get patients, because it was just like, once I get a patient, they'll put like 5 more patients. Once I get 2 patients, they'll put like 10 more patients. And it's just like, nobody was trying to, it's just like nobody was really thinking about me, how I can like deal with all these patients. And then they can see when they put something in the queue what you have. And it's like, before I got there, everybody was doing everything themselves. CAT scan was getting their own people. Ultrasound was getting their own people. So it's just like, if you can't even help me out, I just don't want to do it. It's like, I'm only one person. What got me was, okay, I had to push this patient from the ER. This patient was at least 400, 500 pounds. I don't know how this patient even got on the stretcher, but the patient was overfilling the stretcher, like falling out the sides of the stretcher. So when I got there, I was like, there's no way they want me to push this person, I'm not gonna say he or she, this person by myself. Like, they're joking. Like, they're kidding. So when I tried to go get a nurse, nobody was found. Nobody acted like they could help me. Y'all, I literally pushed this patient with my fucking knees, like trying to turn left, right, trying to push and straight forward, and trying to get the stretcher out the room without scraping the patient's skin, because they were overfilling the freaking stretcher. And so when I finally got them the CAT scan was like, oh, can you help us put them in the bed? help you put him in the bed. Nobody helped me bring him over here. When I'm transporting by myself all night, nobody helped me. There's 2 of y'all. There's 1 of me. I got other stuff to do. I can't help put him in the bed. I barely got him over here. Like, what are you talking about? So I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Y'all I'm done. Y'all crazy. I can't do this. So I started taking my breaks. I started taking my breaks 30 minutes before my shift. We get a 30-minute break. So I got off at 7. So I started taking my breaks at 6:30 and not giving a fuck because it's just like, I'm tired. Like, I work my ass off all night, but when I'm done, I'm done. So I started taking my breaks. The manager got upset that I did that, but I didn't see it in the handbook, so I didn't really worry about what she said. I'm a handbook person. If it's not in the handbook, then I don't see the problem. They said something about my hair color, but it was in the handbook, so, you know, that was that. They said something about my nose ring, but the fact that we were wearing masks, it wasn't a problem. They haven't said nothing about my ear piercings. I was about to lie. They didn't. But so when she said that, I was like, I don't see it in the handbook. I don't see the problem. We didn't address that in our orientation. It is what it is. So I kept doing it. I didn't care. So I was doing that, and then I came across another patient that was really, really big. Like, it was like, y'all, I was not getting paid enough for this shit. Like, when I tell you I was not getting paid enough, I was not getting paid enough. Like, going into isolation room, droplet rooms, COVID rooms for $13, $14 was not enough for me. Like, it was just not enough. And then at the time, we didn't have hazard pay. We weren't allowed to get overtime because they was thinking about giving people hazard pay, whatever, but we weren't allowed to get overtime. It was just, I was over it. So I was doing what I wanted to do. Basically that was it. I mean, I was still transporting patients, but I was taking my time. I'm not gonna break my neck going from one side of the hospital all the way to the next side of the hospital for one patient just to bring them to the other side for a CAT scan, which is going to take like 2 minutes. Bring them all the way back, then have to get a patient in the middle hospital taking the CAT scan, wait, and then I have to go all the way back. I'm not doing that. And then I have to go on the floors. There was like 5 floors. I am not doing that anymore. People that do that for years, kudos to you. Applaud you, because I cannot. You have way better strength than me, because I just can't. So she said something about that, and then there was like, she said something about that, but she never said nothing about the emails I've been sending her and another manager. I've been sending them emails about problems with nurses, problems with people in the ER, problems with how they talk to me, problems with me being the only one. Nobody responded to my emails at all whatsoever. So I snapped on her. I was like, you coming to me about going on break when I want to go on break, when you told me in the interview, oh, you can go on break whenever you feel like you can go on break. Didn't say nothing about the end of my shift. So now you can come to me telling me, oh, you can't do this, oh, you can't do that, you can't take your breaks like this, or you need to start taking your breaks this time. No, because that's not what you said in the interview. You say, I can take my breaks whenever I feel like I want to take my break, so that's what I'm going to do. You want to talk to me about this, which is not in the handbook, but you're not going to respond to any of my emails. And she's like, what emails? What emails? You know exactly what emails, because I sent them and I sent them, I sent them and I sent them. And I didn't just send them to you. I sent them to the other manager as well. So I'm over it. I'm over it. And then she was like, well, you can leave. You can leave. And I was like, I will leave. And then I knocked everything off her desk. I'm not even gonna lie. I knocked everything off her desk. Papers. Like, y'all, I feel like I have an anger problem. But I know how to control it until you get me there. Like, I'm contacting you. I'm emailing you. We're having meetings. I'm telling you what they're doing. I'm telling you how I feel. I'm telling you I can't be the only one. And they tell me, like, this is why everybody tells me, the nurses, the nice nurses be like, this is why we never keep anybody on night shift, because they're so rude to the night shift transporters, and I see why they don't stay. So, another thing was, we weren't allowed to have nails and stuff, but it seemed like everybody had nails in the transporter, like, department. And so when I got the littlest nubs, I had got my nails done white nails. They was really, really short. They weren't long ghetto nails. They said something like, and I'm just like, you got all these people in here with long ghetto nails and you talking to me about some short nails, and they weren't even like long ghetto, like nude colored nails where you think it's real. It's like extravagant colors, French tip, different colors. And I had white nails that was like, I'm gonna try to find a picture. It was just like, y'all doing favoritism. That's why y'all can't keep nobody. And I don't like that. I don't fuck with that. And I'm not about to be that. Like, I'm not hanging out with y'all. What I look like? No, that was... I'm telling her and you're not understanding. You worried about me taking, when I take my breaks, when you telling me I can take my breaks whenever I can take my breaks. So I'm just like, you know, I'm pissed. I'm mad. I've been emailing y'all. We've been having 101 meetings because I call you for a meeting. I just knocked all this shit off the desk, y'all. The only thing I didn't touch was the electronics because I know they could fine me for that. I just knocked all the papers. I opened like 2 drawers, knocked all the papers out the drawers, and I left. They called security. I was already gone before security got there. Matter of fact, when I was leaving and security was coming, I was like, you guys have a nice day. And I was like, oh, you too, because everybody loved me. Like, I was like, oh, you too. Like, nobody would have ever knew that I snapped like that, unless you know me. But yeah, that's my story on why I left. They didn't pay me enough. The nurses were talking mad shit. I was the only one as a night transporter. Like, it was chill when I first started. It was only chill like when I did the come to work with me video. It was only chill because nobody knew I was there. Then it was a wrap. People was killing me, like killing me. Like, I was sweating. I think I lost weight working at that job. But y'all can't do that. I just wanted to stick blood. And then they was holding me from changing where I wanted. They was holding me from being in phlebotomy. That was a whole nother level of pissed off. So, and I knew that they was holding me because when I was talking to the phlebotomist or the manager of the phlebotomy or the laboratory area, she told me, she was like, your manager's not letting you go. She said, you got to be there for 6 months. Now, if my manager wanted to let me go or to be like, okay, you can go ahead and go, she has the right to do that, but she did not want to let me go. So I was just like, you know what, fuck it. I'm not even gonna. And then I went to DaVita. I didn't leave that job until I had another job. So I went to DaVita, and then that was that. That's why I left my first hospital job that y'all used to see me talking about, stretchers, MRI stretchers, and come to work with me and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you guys like my little story time. I didn't put my hands on the lady. I just knocked her papers off the desk, and then that's all I did. Stuff happens. People gonna talk shit everywhere you go. That's just that. Everywhere I work, people talk shit, but it's just like that talk shit when you're the only one and they're just talking shit to you. You're the only one in that department. Like, I was the only transporter in that department the whole night from 11 o'clock to 7 a.m. I was the only transporter there. And you're gonna talk shit to me? And then my manager's gonna talk shit to me. They're not even gonna address. It was too much. But yeah, I hope you guys like my little story time on why I left my first hospital, my first patient care technician job. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll be posting once a week, if not more than once a week. We're coming back with these videos, you guys. So I hope you guys are enjoying the content just like I'm enjoying editing and putting them out. I will be trying to post another video. I don't know how that's gonna work. I got midterms I need to take. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Keep your hands washed, keep your mask on, stay safe, stay cautious, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't be like me. Breathe, keep your anger in, but y'all won't doing that for no $13-14. That was dead. So see you guys in my next video. Bye.